Today I'll be making a Jamoca Almond Fudge ice cream, but I'm going to do it light. So I'm going to start with some of this protein powder. I'm going to mix everything up in my bullet, and then I'm going to put it in the container to freeze. So I'm just going to put a scoop in here. Add a little bit of almond milk. I'm not going to fill it all the way up yet because I've got a lot of ingredients I want to add. I'm just going to put a little bit in so it mixes up well. I want to add some cottage cheese just to help it blend. It's a good emulsifier and you won't be able to taste it. For my coffee, I want to do a nice strong coffee base. And then I'll be adding chocolate and almonds. I'm going to add a little bit of chocolate and almonds to the base ice cream, and then as the mix-ins, we'll also put some in there. So to start with, I've got some really strong espresso, and I'm going to put a little bit of powder in as well because I want it to be really strong. And let me grab a spoon. So I'd say about half a teaspoon. I'm putting it directly into my actual espresso that I brewed. I'm also going to put some of this coffee extract into my espresso. So it's going to just be really, really strong. I'm just putting a tiny bit. I might add more to taste. We'll see how it goes. I'm also adding a little bit of this chocolate fudge jello pudding. I'm putting that directly into my espresso. I'd say about a teaspoon. That will also help it blend up nicely. I'm going to stir this, and then I'm going to add it to my bullet. I'm going to add some vanilla. A little bit of vanilla bean paste. This vanilla bean paste is actually bourbon vanilla bean paste from Trader Joe's. A little bit of this no sugar added chocolate. Just a tiny squirt. And I think I'm going to fill this. That's everything I wanted to add. I was thinking about adding some cacao beans, but I think I'm going to taste it first. So I'm going to add a little bit more of my almond milk. Now, total, I want it to go all the way to the top, but I'm going to add a few more things, so I don't want it to be too full. Right about there is good. Now I'm going to blend this up and then taste. After tasting that, I quickly realized that I forgot my sugar. So I'm going to add some Splenda. You can use regular sugar, or you can use whatever sugar that you like, whatever sweetener. And I'm also going to add a little bit of salt. I tasted this again. I thought it needed a little bit more sugar still, so I added sugar, and I'm going to add about a small handful of almonds, and I'm going to add a couple of these no sugar added chocolate. I'm going to save some for the mix-in, but I do want to put some in now as well, so you have some that are going to be completely pulverized and some that are going to be more like little chunks. After tasting this, I think it's ready to pour into my container. So I'm going to pour it up to the line. You see there's some thick chunks in there still, and that's totally fine because it's going to get pulverized. And it doesn't quite go to the line, and that's totally fine. I don't need to fill it all the way up, and I'll be ready to spin this tomorrow. I accidentally mixed my base on regular ice cream setting instead of light setting, but it seems to have turned out just fine. Creamed up nicely, and now I'm ready to add my mix-ins. For my mix-ins, I've got some almonds. I could have put them in whole. I chopped them up just coarsely. I'm gonna make a well in the center. Put my almonds in. I'm putting these, they're Hershey's Zero Sugar bars. I'm putting 2 of them in. I'm gonna break them in half. I don't know if you need to, I just don't want to break my machine. Maybe a few breaks. And I'm also gonna add 1 Lindor chocolate because in tasting the base, it tasted like it wasn't quite sweet enough. So this is gonna blend up nicely in there because it's got like a gooey center. So I'm gonna put that in as well, mix it up on the mix-in setting, and we'll see what happens. Looks like it mixed up really well. I won't be able to tell how big the pieces are until I start serving it. Before I serve it, I'm gonna put a little bit of chocolate syrup. This is Hershey's No Sugar chocolate syrup. Still has calories, but just less calories. Stir that up. The consistency of the ice cream is really good. I can tell that it's creamy. Okay, I don't want to mix it up too much. I just want it to have, so you can see a little bit of chocolate there. Okay, I'm gonna sneak and taste a bite. It's good. I'm not used to eating ice creams made with protein shake, so it definitely is lighter than what I'm used to. It's still good, it's just not as good. But I think that's a subjective thing. I'll plate it. And here's how it turned out. And I could put some nuts over the top, and I could drizzle some more chocolate if I wanted to. Kind of to add a little bit of excitement. And there it is.